Hello. I didn't check if this is the right mic. It is the right mic. What's up, everybody? It is February 25th. Today, we're going to be watching the second Ranma match 1, the final table of the second ever Ranma. Oops, I can hear myself. Not anymore. All right, that's good. Okay. Let me just see if anybody is... Oh, I have someone messaging me. Maybe we'll get another... is... Okay, I might get a co-host. For now, this is me. I'm Jen. Looks like Nate is joining me. Hello, hello. Let's get settled for a second. I think the mic is not working properly. There we go. Hello, what's up? We have Nate with us. Not Garth.
JPML select, let's go.
Yes, let's just go because I don't have the proper commentator screen anyway. I did message Garth this morning. He did not even respond. So let's see.
From Garthe soon.
Yep. I know that he was in America. He came back. We had some TV jobs lately. I did as well. So could be that he got something like that and forgot. Not sure. But this is the second ever Ranma Game 1. And the games are long, so I think we'll just do one this week anyway.
Okay.
Yep. And this is before we had the nice snappy overlays. So this is the old-fashioned overlay.
Love the first two Hypie though. The tiles were fantastic.
Are you getting snow where you are, by the way? This, like, the whole East Coast is all snowed in. All right, we have Yoshino in the first dealer seat, Nishikawa in the south seat, Mizuno in the west seat, and Nakajima in the north seat.
No snow here, but I did hear that folks in the East Coast were getting snowed in.
Yeah, I wasn't sure like how far west the snow was going. It seemed like a lot of different states were getting it.
Yeah, there was a tournament that was actually happening on the East Coast, and as that was wrapping up, the snow was coming in, so folks got snowed in there. That's not the worst place to be stuck at a Ricci tournament. We are going to say Ricci though.
So I'm the kind of person that as long as you have like enough food, I'm the kind of person who likes to get a little bit stuck like that. Of course, it's definitely not good if you don't have access to things that you need. But if you just like kind of can't go anywhere, but you're all right, then I kind of enjoy it a little bit personally.
A cozy snow in.
Yes.
The 8-pin, 6-pin Champon weight is, well, you're going to hope for Tsumo here. Of course, the Dora is the 8-pin, so be fantastic to find one of those for a full-blown manga. Unlikely to see one get dropped by the other players.
I'm just posting a couple things, so I will be with y'all in 1 second. I'm gonna get a couple more people in here.
Nice. Always, though, as the dealer, very good to get that early Ricci off. We're going to see the 6-pin drawn, and Ooh, it looks like a con going to happen. 3 pins pulled over to the right, revealed to the board. A chance maybe to fight here. 9 so. Not quite the tile you're looking for from Ishanta, and will in fact even cut away from the 6-man. They're not willing to drop 9 so against this dealer reach. Perhaps if we saw a draw into Temple, I would see a fight, but maybe we'll delay a little bit longer. Still chances to get back in. Nine-man no-go. I'm not sure that anyone else has an opportunity to fight here, although a 7-pin, kind of interesting. You can kind of see the Gian Pico forming. Double twin sequence. If you can draw an 8-pin and a 6-0, you'll be Tempai. Can we drop one of these on her tiles? One's cut Haku. That will make its way onto the board. Can be follow cut as well by Nakajima.
Everybody here is dreaming of that Yampeko.
We all dream of Yampeko. 9-0 will come out, so staying within striking distance. Should the right tiles come through. 7-mon also clears. Chance for Yampeko to form. Approaching the third row of discards, though, so fewer opportunities, perhaps. Fewer draws remaining.
Nah, not the right side, but now we have a little bit of a better pair option. It's getting pretty late, though.
And again, the fact that these honor tiles are not seen is a little bit concerning. We do have one east out, but the green dragon, I think, is missing from the board. And that east is also double east for the dealer, so I guess a dealer Ricci, quite possible that they have the last 2 copies. They're certainly incentivized to keep a singleton, even if it is cut once before.
Ouch.
And we'll try it now. It does go through, though. Six-pin. Oh, 6-pins. Let's sumo.
Sumo with 2 Dora. I believe this is A rules, the JPML competition rules, so we'll see a little bit more conservative play than normal with what we see with the WRC rules. Not quite as much value with reach in these rules.
In that particular instance, no Yaku without the Ricci, so understandable slam. But in other spots, we might see more Dama hands, you'd say?
And we'll see like earlier folds, especially to
Mm-hmm.
a dealer reach.
All right, Yaku Hyper this time. 2-pin the Dora. This looks reasonable from our South player Nishikawa. Tripled of the East for Mizuno. Nakajima, kind of spread of tiles there. A little bit slower than the hands that have the Yaku potential. Two so triplets. So we have 2 triples in hand and 2 pairs as well. That's an exciting start. Great 3-mon fill for the dealer. And the 5-pin certainly fits into the hand for Ishikawa. Get a little bit overblocked. Mizuno will have to make some choices in the near future. A lot of the times you end up cutting a pair and hold the sequence shapes, but when there's Sananko or Suanko thoughts, I wonder if we'll see a different approach.
Remember, the Ranma tournament is the 30 to 49 tournament. If you want to know a little bit more about it, actually, one of our WRC pros, Tamash, played last year. The first World Reach pro to actually play in one of the JPML closed tournaments. This is normally only open to JPML pros, but it's especially open to World Reach pros as well. I think we had 2 play over the weekend. The qualifiers are going on right now for this year's Ranma, and both Kaka and Jimmy played over the weekend from Hong Kong, both World Reach pros. They actually passed the JPML test and then joined World Reach to maintain their residency outside of Japan.
Excellent. It's been really fun watching their journey. Hopefully the tournament went well. Nice 2-pin draw. That is the Dora, so we'll see the 8-pin, 9-pin leave the hand. Ooh, another Dora back to back on the wall. All right, we've got all the pairs for Suanko. What is the play? Do we greed 6-0?
Yeah, 2 away for Suwanko. If you drop one of the triples, then it's just 1 away for all pairs, but not great weights for those pairs. Definitely the idea was to go for triples with this, discard order.
Yeah, we do see 6-0 come out, so potential big hand here. I haven't been counting the tiles to see just how live these 5-so, 7-mon, 4-pin are.
Well, they're not on the
Dealer,
board.
dealer pulling into Tempai.
And
Waits on the
actually,
2-so.
Tenpai. I actually didn't see them in others' hands either yet. Maybe the 4-pin.
Yeah, I saw one copy of the 4-pin. But the 7-mon might be live, and even so.
There's another 4-pin.
Right.
So both 4. Oh.
Oh, Tsumo instead. No Suako. Cut short by the dealer win here.
And Yoshino
Collect
gets,
that.
yeah, another turn at dealer.
Oh man, in these rules, a Yakuman is huge. I mean, a Yakuman is always big, but where you can't gain extra value with red 5s, you can't gain extra value with Unadora. There is just a huge buff getting that full 32,000.
Yeah, just massive.
Even if you miss the Yakuman, get something like Adama, that's still huge. But it was not meant to be this time. Yoshino will repeat as the dealer.
And when I'm watching games like this, I'm always thinking, man, and the dealer was just oblivious to they didn't even know that there was
If
disaster waiting to his left.
Yeah, some really exciting stuff. Dealer prepares another tile. They have the Akohai, as well as the door pair. I was a little bit caught by the early 1-pin cut. No thought towards the Itsu. Instead, keeps the wider acceptance in the Monzu.
Dealer Atsushi Yoshino became a pro in 2010. 4 years my junior in that aspect. But same
Incredibly,
Fordon as me.
actually, Tempai already on Hatsu. Chitoi door 2. Uh-oh. That is going to come out way too fast. You cannot stop that.
And I think that's one of the hands where I would contemplate a reach if it was WRC rules, but with A rules, it's as dealer, and you think it's gonna come out that early, it's already 9,600 points. And I didn't. Guess I no pick
Yeah.
it. And then,
As the dealer, you're collecting a ton of points from that already, and it's one of those tiles that you expect to just see fall out of somebody's hand very naturally. So why Ricci and maybe give them second thought about dropping that tile? Just let it happen.
and a 9,600 point win, and again, we'll say it again, in these rules is so huge. In WRC rules, you might want to push for that extra. You can get up to even Hanemon if you end up drawing it yourself. But
Yeah,
or
and then with
Baimon if
WRC
there's
rules, you
Ura.
also get the Uda chance,
Yeah.
right?
And it might be
I
worth
think
those extra points. But
yeah, the chance that Uda might be the difference for me that makes me slam that Ricci, but here certainly makes sense. The difference between 9,600 and 12,000 points, it's not as large as,
yeah.
5,800 and 12,000 points.
And Yoshina again with one of the faster hands. A lot of slow hands. Yeah, right here we see Nakajima. It's a pretty quick hand. Some nice weights in there, and Yoshino's hand is also coming together pretty well with Tudora. The other two hands are just super slow, and you see Nishikawa's is so slow he's actually pushing for a sort of impossible flush, just planning to fold if it doesn't work out.
Door pair as well is just fantastic for the dealer. It's kind of nice when you are not only winning hands consistently, but you're also getting the Dora in your hand consistently. There's a big difference between winning 1,500 3 times and winning again 5,800 3 times. That's another Waitsu tile. Might move in the direction of 7 pairs instead if it gets too late.
Mm, that's all pairs
5
down.
pairs. Yeah. Well, we see another 9,600. Homba counter increasing as well.
I guess we have learned why these games are really long for this competition.
Cheat, and then the West. A move being made here.
Yeah, Nishikawa looked like he was going for, he was definitely hedging the flush at first when that two-so paired up. Uh, and he also had two honors, two value honors paired up, and he decided to go for a bit of a quicker win and try and end Yoshino's dealership.
Bit unfortunate. 6-mon pairs up in the discards for Yoshino, just as the 8-mon temporarily did before it got called.
We'll also see that Nishikawa is holding on to that 1-mon on the edge. I think if he draws a 2, we'll see those two-sos come out. But if he tempai, or if he gets closer to tempai with something else, then he's not going to go for the flush, I don't think.
Keeps the 3-so that had been discarded once before, so maybe thinking about moving back away from pairs.
And just straight efficiency for Nishikawa.
Problematic for it. He's not the door that's stuck in hand, so can't really afford to play this hand.
He's not keeping the honor tiles are looking really suspicious on that board on this board, and that's why you don't see them coming out at all now. So it's going to be really difficult for Nishikawa to win this hand as well.
3-so back.
But he'll still went away. Looks like a Korak falls.
Yeah, 7, 8, 9 mon, 2, 3, 4 so. And it definitely feels like there is a Yakuhai in that hand to back it up. Not that Haku really helps. We can go 4 so, 4 so. Helps in the sense that you don't have to drop it anymore. You can incorporate the honor tiles into your hand. Gives you a chance to actually fight without taking on risk.
And now Nakajima's just one call away from Tenpai.
Speaking of Tenpai, we will get there. 3-6 pin. Oh, and the 3-pin comes out. Just the Yakuhai, no door in that hand. But there will be some additional value due to the number of repeats that dealer had. And although that does pass forward, certainly Yoshino has done his job.
Yeah, that's definitely the biggest goal there is to advance the dealership. And after just getting demolished in East 1. Everybody getting demolished by Yoshino.
Right. But you will also have your own chance as the dealer. And so Nishikawa looks forward to this. Also looks like a pretty reasonable set of starting tiles. Not bad for Mizuno as well.
I was saying Yoshino became a pro 4 years after me. Nishikawa became a pro 4 years before me. So I'm sandwiched right there in between them, Garthe and I. Nishikawa also very good friends with Garthe. I think he has his own parlor that Garthe frequents as a guest. If you're coming to Japan and want to visit, let me know. I haven't actually been there, but I think it's in Chiba.
Yeah, pretty fun to play at that parlor. Jenn and Garthe. Ooh, 4-pin. This is kind of coming together. Move towards Ipeko 2, 3, 3, 4, 4. So this is the hand that we really are excited about. Dealer Chinitsa would be incredible. I wonder at what point the discards start to give it away too. We've seen 1 mon, 7 mon, 2 mon, and now a couple or so tiles. But the north and the west came out ahead of those.
Yeah, they're serving some nice camouflage for the hand.
At a certain point, though, there really can't be anything else. 1 so, 2 so, 3 so out, but the upper so's are still possibly in hand. And both of those tiles are kind of just backfires on the early 3 so. Not necessarily full information given away yet. Of course, the 1 so is the Dora, so it always gives you pause. You know, if that 3 so is leaving the hand early, and that was your only tile that could accept the Dora, You must be pretty confident in your other shapes to not hold out hope that you could draw towards the Dora. Maybe you're holding the Dora pair already in hand is a possibility. But then when the Dora comes out, that's definitely not the case. So you could start to read that is more likely to be a flush then.
And read it as being something very expensive like a flush, or it was just a really fast Pinfu
Right.
Tanyo. And it happens quite a lot, actually, where you're like, this is either a really fast cheap hand or a really expensive hand.
Yeah, sometimes it happens also with like, well, this is kind of give away the game. Yeah, really expensive tiles, like central tiles coming out early in odd order. You start to think, is this some sort of cheat toy? Are they getting rid of their tough weights first? I know, it's just a fast hand. Oh, awkward. Yeah, we don't want that. We want all the value. Read on display from the dealer. To forego it would just be who needs to Tenpai. Definitely wants to get the full Chinitsu.
I played with Nishikawa in the WRC League, the JPML WRC League, not to be confused with the World Reach League, plenty of times, and he often comes with these sort of, they just feel like snipe attacks. You know, like, where did that massive hand come from? Because he's good
I
at
feel like,
making that camouflage.
yeah. 8-pin. Well, this is Tenpai, but not willing to cut the 7-pin. Understandable. Had the Tenpai been taken, it could have dealt in. Actually, I remember doing something like that in, oh, there it is. A little late, but to get there. In the WC itself, I had a Tenpai that was Honitsu waiting Tonki on the west. And it came out. The pro player at my table dropped it, but I didn't think it was enough value, so I let it go and switched off to, there's also Pinzu. Switched off to a pin weight, and then ended up winning that for the full Chinitsu. It
Wow.
was very satisfying.
It is because plenty of times it doesn't work out the way you wanted it to as well. Sometimes you can't get back to Tenpai, or you can't get uh, the expensive Tenpai that you wanted, and you go back to a cheaper one. So
Oh, I like the little hesitation on that second draw there. As we have pair of white dragon, pair of green dragon, and single red. If that last tile is another red dragon, I get super excited. Already, I'm pretty intrigued to see how this is going to start because there's so many loose honors in the hand as well, east, south, and west to accompany those dragons. So, do you go for a flush type hand? Oh. Looks like a tile fell over as it was getting drawn.
wow, and it looked like it was in the discards. It's
It did.
gave Shintaro Kono. He actually gave if you've seen on social media, a live study session for the World Reach Pros who are here in Japan right now. I think they were playing with Moriyama yesterday.
I heard about that.
Yes, I was not invited, apparently. I know the story is that they all just happened to be at the dojo. That sounds a little
Mm,
bit very convenient to me.
I guess if you do happen to be in Japan and you want to play some Mahjong, you probably will find yourself at the dojo.
Yeah, the JPML dojo is, you can play, you can just go pretty much any day of the week, any weekday.
Yeah, I certainly visited a couple, 2, 3 times before WC itself, and then any chance I had a spare moment afterwards, it was always, "Hey, what do we want to do? How about we just go pop by the dojo tonight?"
That's usually where I meet people as well. If people are coming in from out of town and want to play, then I'll just say, let's go to the dojo. We don't have to get 4 players. We can usually still have a chance at the same table. And it's a nice central spot for meeting.
Nope. 3 so in. Haku out. We'll see the poll. And now the choice. Tempai? Tempai, sadly. No fancy action here. But speaking of Tempai, we'll take the challenge. There's a decent chance that the dealer is going to be Tempai if they're willing to sacrifice their red dragon, give up on the Daisongan chance or the Shousangan chance. But also, if they're giving up on that chance, they might not have the full value to worry about. As is, you already have a great Tempai. It's a good weight. You can fight a lot of times just with a good weight. Nope. No Tempai. There's a door in this hand. Will we see a chase? 9-pin. Now this hand with twin sequences and double Dora, certainly incentivized to fight. We'll see if this becomes a 3-way race. Play cautiously. East, as you said. A little bit more reserved in A rules.
Yeah,
Also, you're
especially
expecting there to be 2 players Tempai.
those Yaku, I mean, you need a Yaku, and if you're less inclined to reach, then those Yaku high
Nope.
get really important for Yaku.
The con, of course, we won't flip any extra indicators, so it's just bonus foo. It's basically free. And you get a chance to draw your winner right out of the wall. Five pin comes out, and dealer will get to repeat the 6-9, so was absent. So will we have another extended dealer run here in East 2? The value perhaps not quite the same as was the case for Yoshino, but Ishikawa certainly will not be upset to be winning hands as the dealer. Sodora again. This hand looks like it doesn't need a 1-so to get some value. Already multiple Yamen shapes. And be very happy to open that up. Not bad as well for Mizuno. Awkward set of Montaus. It looks like there's, usually you're happy to have a lot of one suit, but the way those shapes are aligning is a little bit tough. You need to fill some Kanchan shapes.
Yeah, multiple when they're all stuck together in the same suit, that's awesome. When you have multiple middleweights or gut shots, kanchan shapes in one suit, then it's really hard to fill all of those up.
You're committing though with the 7-mon cut towards that 7-8-9 Sanchoku idea. Ooh, fills the middle tile, the overlapping 6-pin between 4-5 and 7-8. So you get the 3-sided shape off of that. Could be a big chance here for the dealer, and Tempai double 3-sided comes to fruition. So 147 so will be the weight. Obviously, we are looking for the 1 so Dora. And willing to take this Ricci, your chances at Sumo are pretty strong. So not the winner. Mizuno has 8-mon, 8-mon, 8-mon to back away. I wonder if Nakajima considers calling this last one. Does, in fact, take it. 4-mon, 4-mon. The idea here being you can't really afford to cut the 1 so. And with that in mind, you might as well cut away from your pair, which is safe. Plan to use the 1 so as the pair later. Also, all of these mon tiles should be safe. The 1 mon is Suchi to the 4 mon, given the 3 4 mons that are visible. The 2 mons also reasonably safe. Little copies of the 1 so in the wall to be drawn. So we have the 1 here, but I think the other 3 copies are all live. He's still not really a hand that can fight here, so trying to identify a safe option.
Yeah, it feels like he's kind of got stuck, or at least does Manzu.
Yeah, the 8-mon had come out, so that alongside the 3 copies of the 4-mon that had been discarded, 5-mon reasonably safe, just as the 2-mon is. But instead, we will see the 7 so Sumo, not the expensive side, but each Sumo Pinhu is totally acceptable.
And another shot at dealer again.
Exactly. Kind of chipping away at the lead that Yoshino found. You're hoping that, your hands will pick up some Dora along the way. That was the big difference, Yoshino, with the first read sheet Sumo Dora 2, and then there was also the Chitoi Dora 2. Ishikawa had the 3-sided weight, but found the inexpensive side did not have any Dora in the end. So that kind of being a big part of the difference here. East pair found, so it could be an open hand for the dealer. No other Yakuhai set. Though Yoshino pretty advanced in the hand. There's the East will be instantly called. And 4 so commit. 2 so 4 so 6 so expected to come out towards the flush in the Pinzu. Ishantan, though, from Yoshino has the chance to fight if it's early enough. Definitely, if Nishikawa starts to show that he's close to Tempai, a lot less excited about slamming a Ricci. And even with the current shapes, maybe you are less willing to slam a Ricci on a Shampoo.
Hi, Tips. Welcome to the chat. Love to see you here. He says East 2 is still pretty early. Yeah, it doesn't feel early. but it's very early. It doesn't feel early because I think we're on the 8th hand already.
We had what, 3 or 4 repeats from Yoshino, and now Nishikawa's also run it up.
Could be an entire game finished already if there had been no repeats.
All right, so she's locked it 668 Mon. Interesting choice for these. No, there is an outside chance at 123 Zanchoku, but it seems a little bit tough to get. Can you cut the 6-pin here? We'll go 3-pin instead. We'll see the call from the dealer. Tempai found 7-pin pushed out. That's not callable from the dealer. The West, however, will be taken. Pull. Then decision to be made as we'll cut the 3-pin. Might not have the time to make the flush happen now that Yoshino has opened up. No weight switch here. We'll stick with the 2-mon.
As
Oh,
Tempai,
and Tempai.
we see another dealer repeat.
Critically, that 2-mon likely would have dealt in had we seen the flush attempt, so part of the factor surely must be the fact that the 2-mon is the Dora. Any open hand, easier to target the Dora. You can even Tonki on it. You can make up for some of the loss of value from the Miss 22 with the keep of the Dora in your own hand. I'm not convinced that a 5-pin will come out so easily from another player, but if it does, both players would be able to win on it. However, only one can take the points. We would then be passing the dealership forward. Ooh, is it time to switch? We'll try the 5-pin instead, move to 3-6, but that is going to
No.
be the tile Nishikawa was looking for. Double East and the Dora as well.
Slowly making his way up in points to try and catch up with Yoshino.
And notably, that targeted the leader. So you can think of that net swing as doubling the value of the hand. Over 10,000 points then. If you include the Holmo, that's almost like winning just a straight up dealer Bongon.
Yeah, I think 900 in continuances. And only 4,600 800 points away from Yoshino for first place.
Yeah. it felt like there was no way anyone would be able to catch up to Yoshino. But for for repeats later, Ishikawa was right on the doorstep.
Shows the importance of being stubborn and not giving up your dealership.
Exciting stuff from Nakajima. Curious to see where that hand it goes. Chip of south, pair of east. Looks like we want to move in the direction of the flush because the 9-so pair is being in the process of being discarded. Do you ever? Okay, you're in the middle of cutting, say, a central pair, 6-mon, 6-mon, something like that, as you move towards the flush. So you cut the first 6-mon, and then you draw, 9-pin or some terminal tile that you can't really use either. Do you continue cutting the 6-mon and reveal to the table that you are straight up cutting a pair out of your hand, or do you Smokey that 9-pin and hold that central tile a little bit longer, even though it might be more dangerous?
Yeah, it really depends on how fast you read the other players to be. If their hands are slower, then you can definitely afford to wait a turn or two. But generally, I think that the risk of holding on to it is a lot higher than the benefit of hiding, like than the benefit of the camouflage, because it's not really that strong of camouflage anyway.
Yeah,
And
the second tile's gonna come out anyway, sooner or later.
and also players like to wait on that once they know that you're going for a flush. They'll really like to try and wait on tiles that you're not going to need. So I think it gets even more dangerous faster than when you're not going for the flush.
I think, as with a lot of things, camouflage is good, but not the priority.
Yeah, you have to kind of, in some ways, you have to luck into the camouflage. If you have camouflage, you can read this as a really good opportunity to push really hard and make sure that you win the hand, but forcing the camouflage often backfires, I think.
Okay, this looks like commit to Chitoy. The 2-so in hand kind of holding it back almost. Taking force of this hand. Yoshino. 2-so not going to hold back. Nishikawa, though, drops it out there. It goes through cleanly. No call. Coast is clear.
I feel like I don't use that phrase enough in my life. The coast is clear.
No.
Thought I would use it a lot more from all the TV I watched as a kid.
The 2-so went through, and then we see the Tsukirichi. No worries about a Call of War 3. So, how about that as a maneuver? I feel like I do that a lot, actually. I've been holding a Yako Haidora until late. I get Senpai. I don't want my bot to be broken by a Door 3 call, so I drop it out there to test the waters. And if it goes through, I slam. I've heard the argument, though, that if you're going to take your Tenpai, then you might as well take the reach immediately, especially when there's Ura involved. Don't want to miss out on that chance.
Yeah, I've definitely been criticized for waiting a turn to reach on a streamed table.
Three Mon, that will do the trick. 2-5 Mon. Flush versus the dealer 5-8 Mon. Yaorichi. And I'm on not really a safe tile, so people on alert. Hatsu, that's a Tempai. We'll take the 8-mon wait. Once again, double roan in play. Mizuno. 5 so. Slide? No, we'll just A-pin. Get out. Small. Nakajima will finally end the dealership.
I think not a massive hand, but
Was it also Nakajima that ended Yoshino's dealer run?
yep. Took him a little bit
Just
longer with Nishikawa's, but he is,
waiting for his chance.
yeah. And the thing is, in last place right now, he's the one who actually wants more points, but it's also important to not let them get so far ahead of you.
And that might have been the most points he could have gotten out of that hand, though. Did also collect the Ricci stick, which is a nice little bonus. We'll have to wait another round before he gets to be the dealer. At least one round. He's in all. Another chance. Imagine a game where everyone takes the number of repeats from the previous player and adds 1 to it. Would never finish. Well, it would finish, but not in any reasonable timeline.
And that
That's
brings
what we're looking at
Nakajima up
here.
into third place, actually. So a very productive win.
Early Penchon cut. Ooh. One fill for the dealer. 9-pin, of course, has come out a little less useful with tile. Nakajima will call, open up with the Haku. 2 so. Follow. And now, if I found, we'll take the Shampoo wait. Not waiting to draw towards the Sanchoku, which is understandable when you're the dealer. HS2. Take your Tempai and slam. We'll see a fight, though. Kind of awkward potential future Tempai for the open hand of Nakajima. Perhaps would just pass the West, not take the Tonki. Of course, if you were on the Tonki and you drew a Yamen connector, you could just slim down the 1 pin. See if either the 5 pin or 6 so the comfortable push. Ideal, of course, you just draw the 6 pin Dora and jam.
I mean, we might end up seeing the 2S come out because the hand gets stuck. Or something easier to use sticks to those middle tiles.
Well, I'm not willing to cut the door adjacent 5 pin. So West instead.
That was really good timing for me to call that. Love it when the players make me look smart.
Oh, we're gonna see the con read shot and hype. 3-6 pin. Oh, torso. That's not it. I was really
And
looking forward to.
another important aspect of JPML competition rules: no Condora. So, uh, in the West, in the WRC rules, you're going to see a lot more contemplation before making a con like that. But in this case, there's no risk of giving the reach player extra points with the con.
Oh, the 6-pin
Ishikawa once
Medora.
again.
Get the benefit of the bonus foo without the risk of giving the reaching player Iradora. Bonus.
Exactly. I
Well,
think
I
it
guess
brings
there's
it
no.
up to 60 fu, so it's basically when you make a concealed con, it's basically going up one han when you make it with
Exactly.
the edge tiles or the honor tiles. And one han can be huge in A rules.
Yes, as is Nakajima. The ender of dealerships gets to be the dealer himself. We'll see how he fares. 21-9 has made up a lot of ground. That was stole away by the Tsumos of Yoshino and Nishikawa. Unfortunately, outside of the pair of white dragons, looks to be rather slow. Nishikawa, fantastic arrangement of tiles. He's a little bit also on the slow side. Yoshino quickly abandons any thoughts of pairs. He finds the 4-mon connector, get open-ended shape. Oh, great 7-pin. It will preemptively cut 2-pin as well. Really locking in on the Pinfu with potential Ipeiko. Also, the 3-pin is the Dora, so 2-pin has a little bit less utility. If you manage to make the triplet of 2-pin, find yourself cutting the 3-pin, that just feels sad.
Yeah.
Save yourself efficiency or flexibility, maybe elsewhere, by just locking in that Dora shape.
Interesting shape here is the entotsu chimney shape. Possibly for a final weight.
Oh, 5-pin. So, one away from the Nichipin Ipeiko Dora 1. Could be a monster hand. Notably, has saved this white dragon for the very end. The dealer has not been able to make any moves. Actually, it is going to be Ishikawa who gets to make the Rigi first. Ichipifu and Adora. Oh, but there's the Tempai. Jace will Dama. The Haku does get called. Dealer's going to make an attempt at it. He jumped in, but the Dainsa will deal in. No Tanya, so a little bit cheaper.
I think that's gonna put Nishikawa in first place now. Just slowly moved up.
That gap was pretty close between Yoshino and Nishikawa. 900 does do a lot to bridge that gap, but Yoshino will be the dealer once again. And we saw what happened the first time around. How does this look? Oh, 3 Pawn 7 pin for 2 fantastic draws as your last 2 tiles from the wall fills in the penchant/conchant shape and draws a triplet.
I think there were 2 Dora in there as well.
Oh, this is going to be a fantastic opportunity for dealer then.
Oh, no, there wasn't. What did I see? Oh, it was a different suit. I saw 2 more 7s. They were
But
Sozo
really looking
and
good.
Mansu.
So with the south pair, that does have some utility here in the south round. We'll see if he chooses to open or not.
And when you're drawing tiles as good as Yoshino is, you'll see he's playing much faster. It could be a tell. If you're ever on the same table as Yoshino, it feels like he can't discard fast enough right now.
Supreme confidence in your draws. It's like a flow state. Kind of know what you're going to draw before you pull it in. You ever have that happen? Have a vision for how the hand is going to go, and then just step by step, it comes into fruition.
Yeah, it makes you feel like a genius.
Right?
That's why it's important to remember that you're never as good as you think you are when you're winning, and you're never as bad as you think you are when you're losing.
That is so true.
That is definitely my favorite phrase for poker and Mahjong.
Ooh, 5-pin fill. One of those awkward shapes. 2, 4, 5, 6, 8. It's such an uncomfortable shape for me. It's good. You draw the 3-pin or the 7-pin, you get the 3-sided shape, but I always feel a little uncomfortable because I feel somewhat obligated to keep the whole shape until it resolves itself one way or the other. That's an improvement. So multiple pair options now, super wide on that front. And if you draw the Yamen shape, you can still get Pinshu. 4-7 pin and 4-7 mon, 3-6 mon, viable draws. 4-7 mon would be the pair up for the Tempa and the 3-pin, of course. 3-pin, which is now starting to dwindle a bit. Second copy hits the board. Table as it is. Ocasio with the triplet of the south, so didn't have to open for it, and plays 4-so, 3-so. Only the 3-so there. Still retains the 2-so acceptance. Well, we've got ourselves a Tempai, but no reach. It's a tough choice, I think, because you could just break the Tempai and hold the beautiful Mon shape and plan to draw 2-4-7 pin. You could even preemptively cut the 2-pin and hold out on the Ipeko ideas.
Yoshino also just tempied. Waiting for 5-8. So
Can't use all of those 7s, unfortunately.
and also not a good option for Con. Would set him
Every
back
time I get that option, I sort of fantasize about calling the con and then drawing 5-pin or 6-pin. But I never pull the trigger on that.
I mean, you might have an opportunity in an all-last situation where you need extra points. Gotta be ready for it. So it's important to keep that in your mind.
Yeah, for sure. North, is that not seen? There's 1 copy discarded.
It was a reach contemplation. Waiting for a middle 3p. There are two on the board across from him.
Yeah, the dealer has discarded that, and you expect the dealer to be tempi. Maybe making a read as well that with this pawn, 9-pin, 2-pin, 5-pin, 5-pin, it's hard for this hand to have 3-pin as well. Oh, there's the 4. Actually, the 4 7-pin weight and tilted with a 5 mon, not actually that much better than this 3-pin. The 3-pin actually might be a superior weight based off what we can see in the other player's hands.
Yeah, and his own hand as well.
Mm-hmm.
You can see so many 4-pins that 3-pin is going to be really hard to use.
There it is. Well, how do we feel? No. Once over.
Nakajima not to be fooled. Now there's an open-ended gut shot we can see there. 4, 5, 5, 6, 7, 9. But he'll take the open-ended. It's too late to really utilize that shape.
Yeah, maybe chance the south if he gets tempi, but it is shown by here. Not discarded onto the table yet, so a little bit of a suspicious push. 3. Well, okay, that's not tempi, so we don't have to make that south decision. Instead, 7 so recently safe. So 2 players tempi, the dealer being one of them, so we will get to go again. Add 1 to the home tally. Repeat counter extends, not just in this dealership, but for the game in total. Set a new record at this rate.
Wow, lots of open-endeds here. 1, 2, 3. I count. And a triple and the pinzu.
Love to see it.
Yeah, really good hand to start out with.
Nishikawa as well. 2 pairs of dragons and multiple open-ended shapes. All these hands actually looking pretty reasonable. Maybe Nakajima with the toughest task. Oh, but just draw a triplet of your dragons, and it's looking good for Nishikawa to reclaim the lead. Seven so though fills one of the shapes. Now you shunt them. Go with 8-pin, maybe considering what it would take to move to 2-4 Sanshoku. At least that's what I would be considering. A little bit tough though with the shapes, you making sacrifices to get there. Yeah, just because the way the 2 pins. So pulls a strong Ishanten. Still looking at the hand of Ishikawa with optimism because of not only the dragons already set up in hand, but also chance at 5, 6, 7 Sanshoku. Oh, 7 mon. Do we play for the Ipeiko?
There's a Sanshoku there. Ipeiko. Go for the Ipeiko. And also, I think he's thinking of how that can also transform into triples.
Yeah, for sure, especially with the red dragon. And you're holding pairs for free by keeping the shape. So we will call the red dragon, and now 7-pin. And there's even a world where this Nishikawa, he doesn't need the value necessarily. If it was one of the other players, maybe you consider the flush, but
Possibly, but I mean, it is game 1, and
right?
Yoshino's putting pressure on, so if he gets something like this, there he goes.
All right. So is going to allow that consideration to come through.
Also, this is the camouflage that he has backed into that we were talking about, because he has 2 Manzu discarded already. It doesn't not look like a flush. But that reach is going to be skating in the way.
Yeah, that unfortunate dealer tempi, so we will see a chase. And suddenly this decision to swing this way has now backfired almost. We'll see the Hatsu fold.
Almost, but it's not like he missed the tempai. I think
Yeah.
so it's not quite as disappointing as in other situations.
Moment when the Dora is your safe tile. So the West
Mizuno.
does come through.
This is a
Extra value. Mizuno in the West seat.
yeah, this is a break that he needed, Manga on hand.
All right, change taken care of. Homba matters, and we will move forward off of the hand of, or dealership rather, of Yoshino. I believe the gap was close enough that the Kabaddi penalty there will actually change position, but we'll double check that as Nishikawa enters his dealership once again. Pair. I'm going to open it to shape. We'll just cut away the Kanchan 8, so 6, so.
Yeah, I think I saw 3 pairs in there. The North is paired up and the 5-mon and the 1. I thought it was 1 pin, but then also Mizuno has 2 1 pins, so. It was the 1 pin. Okay.
Three pickup. Could be a fast hand for Mizuno, filling the awkward shapes early.
Yeah, interesting. Though decided to keep that 1-1-2-3 shape in the Pinzu, possibly because his pair wasn't quite decided yet. But I don't know. I saw potential Sanchoku in there. I kind of saw a potential outside hand a little bit far away, but he does need points.
Yeah, when you're in the position, you're looking for points, that you start to search the farther and farther option.
I mean, he had 1-2-3, 1-2, and 1. It's not. It's just two draws away from a Sanchoku Tenpai.
Is this early commit to the flush going to work out? The Green Dragon got paired up for the dealer.
I think what we've learned so far in this game is that Nishikawa does like his flushes. See? Sorry.
It is approaching Tempai, so
And also,
it's
Dora is
possible that
7-mon. I so totally could have seen that hand being 1-2-3, 1-2-3, 1. So, and then you're waiting for that, but you lock in the Dora pair. That would have been a really, really fun hand.
yeah, 1 pin makes sense here. Floats the 5, so in the 7-mon.
That
Of
would be a
course, you're
pull for Nishikawa. Yeah, I think he was hesitating because of Nishikawa's discards. No camouflage there this time at all.
yeah. I almost, with those shapes, want to get rid of it sooner rather than later, though.
Oh yeah, for sure. And when it's on the edge, I mean, you can't know that he's going to pull. And when you have 2 of them, it's definitely a less likely pull.
All right, Tempai found 147 pin.
Of course, all the 1s are gone, so we're left with 4-7 weight.
Last copy of the 1 pin still right here. The Mizuno.
Mizuno's looking for something to stick to that door, I think, and use the Forso as a pair. He's not afraid of discarding the 5, so
Worth fighting for if you can, especially draw an 8-mon. Pihu Ipe.
oh, Nakajima pushes the 5 pin. Oh no, is oh, did it? Yeah, he pushes it. Whew. Adrenaline. Oh, there it is. That's what he was looking for. No reach. He's worried about the dealer's flush. And Nakajima
Oh,
will get it first. What a push with that 5 ping.
핀이 주더라.
Mizuno and Nakajima, uh, both about, I think, something like 20 years later joining JPML than Nishikawa. Uh, Yoshino doesn't have quite that long of a history, but we have basically two sort of rookies against two sort of veterans. And right now it's showing in the scores, but they are fighting.
It's cool. It is entertaining. I know in other sports there are veteran versus rookie type matches. Like
A lot of like
Mahjong.
esports, especially, I think, have that.
Yeah, I was thinking about even chess tournaments, other mental games. I think it's a cool vibe. Oh, another pair acquired. Looks like we could end up with pairs, although one can always dream of Gianpeko.
Reminds me of that sushi documentary. Is it Cheeto Dreams of Sushi?
Oh yeah,
A Mahjong version.
I remember
Hiroki
watching
Dreams
that.
of Ipik. Not Hiroki. Yeah. Did you watch it? I always see it on the plane, but I don't think I've actually watched it. It's usually like an option on the plane entertainment system.
No faults there. It was clear which tile was intended to be cut.
I kind of want to make that now. Yeah, the next
The Mahjong
long
version.
form, yeah, the next long form video content. Don't steal that, guys. That's my IP.
Jenn dreams of
I think that we could do a series. We have Dreams of Reach, Dreams of Ipeiko, Dreams of Suanko.
dreams of Yakima. Kashi Jen Shantan. Ooh, I'm Pin Pair. Yi Shantan.
Hello, Jacob. Welcome, welcome. How do I bet on this? um, we cannot uh, condone any of that on this side, so you'll have to find those means somewhere else. But it seems like there would be a place to do that. I'm not sure. I have not heard of one yet. Maybe you can make it.
These hands have all gotten really close and have just gotten stuck. Well, there's the one pin. Now, that's unfortunately the wrong side from our perspective. We know there are 3 one pins being held.
Hi, Nublet. Yes, Dreams of Kokshi. That's a really good one as well. I think I've found my long form content series.
Nathaniel dreams of 234 Sanshoku. Ooh, Nathaniel dreams of hitting an Uda for once.
Yes, for once. For once in our lives.
Well, for once when you really need it. I've gotten so many of that 4 Han to 5 Han Uda. Mongon to Mongon.
Gave an extra 300 points in these rules. There's no rounding up to Mongon in the JPML competition rules. So maybe you're just playing the wrong rules.
Truly, I actually really enjoyed when I was playing at the dojo and got to play 8 rules.
I guess you can't get rid of those, so that doesn't work. Ah. Was that the first time playing it?
Yes, I was. The I only got to play it once actually while I was there, but
By
the
waiting for it.
results were better than my my WRC rules results.
Yeah, if you can't get Dora anyway, then you cannot be
Exactly,
snubbed
exactly.
by
No,
Uradora.
I called a con. I didn't feel sad about doing it. It was great.
Nakajima's waiting for this middle 6-mon, and Yoshino has all of them.
A lot of these tiles that one is looking for, the other is holding all of. Like this one pin.
A little bit of frustration there in that discard, it felt like.
For me, is a tentative. Like this tile's next door. Does anybody want this? Well, this one will be taken. Gee.
Chi from Nishikawa trying to decide what to. Taking it first, so he has a little bit more time to think about what to discard. Although, I guess on broadcast tables now, this is the order they're using. So JPML used to be, the order was call, show, discard, take. And I think that's the standard that WRL is using right now. But with M League and a lot more broadcast games, because back then there weren't that many broadcast games, and we wanted to finish games fast, especially when there's time limits. And it makes a big difference when there's time limits, the order that you do that in. Broadcast tables, there are no time limits generally, so the order is call, show, take, and then discard. A little bit cleaner for the camera, but I really like the discarding before you take it still. There's actually no rule about which order you have to use in JPML. And even other leagues, normally they'll have exhausted draw and a 3 tempais. Only the first place player not tempai. Or this, he was dropped down to second, but the most of the game our leader. Anyway, a lot of leagues actually had the order sort of set and decided that you had to show, take, and then discard. But even on time games, when they have open matches, like you go to the Ryosen or other ones, they allow the other order so that you can get the games done faster.
Yeah, when I was learning, I was taught to call, show, and then discard.
Yeah.
For reaching and grabbing your tile. But it seems that, as you were saying, it's really flexible.
Yeah, it's best to stay consistent, but I have to admit I'm not always consistent. I haven't gotten any complaints yet.
Yeah, I went to a tournament and they had a recommendation of the other way where you take your tile first. And so I tried to do that, but it was not my instinct. So I kind of went back and forth throughout that tournament. And then I spent some time really practicing that. And um, now a lot of the tournaments allow you to go or recommend just discarding immediately. And I've gotten used to grabbing the towel first. So I can't win, but
Yeah, it does become a habit, whichever way you use most often. I think
yeah, I
you'll
don't
be
mind
hard
putting.
pressed in like private games to see anybody who takes their tile before discarding, unless they really want to think about what to discard. They might take it just to buy some extra time.
Yoshinori Shandan. Ishikawa with the lead here. He's no our dealer. Ooh. 3 pairs now. The awkward 7 Mondora with the 8-9 Mon Penchant. I love door acceptance. I do not like penchant door acceptance. They do
Tenpai.
have- It's a good weight, but we'll just hold the dama.
I don't mind the penchant Dora weight as much as some of the other weights, but it does feel. Oh, nice.
I'll fill it. That feels really good.
Yeah, it can feel a little bit desperate at times, though. Oh, Tenpai. I mean, not Tenpai. We had a Tenpai Sumo for Yoshino, and that will. It's a cheaper side, no Dora, so I think he
We'll
gets 400, 700.
get the foo bump, but unfortunately, yeah, it's just not the value that you're hoping for. There's potential though to get a Sachiko out of that hand, and of course the other side of the weight was more expensive, so got all the minimal options.
Yeah, the White Dragon would have been much appreciated, but every player
So,
wants to put themselves in the best position going into game 2, and any extra points will be fine for Yoshino, even if he doesn't get first place. And if he can keep Nishikawa from gaining more points.
for sure, and it is still competitive here going into all last in terms of the race for first place. 2,700 back.
Nakajima on the move. Green Dragon, as Quark would say, Ponengo.
Ishikawa also call and go. Can just end the game with a win here. Claim first place for game 1. It has a Tanyao. Ishantam. Will it end here, or can Nakajima say something?
I was looking at Nakajima's social medias.
Well,
He
Tempai.
We have this tournament in Ronron, JPML's online client, where the pros will host their own tournament. I did one back in September last year, I think, not this past year, maybe the year before. And his is dedicated to his pug. He has a pug named Fugumi, very cute pug.
Come on, Ishantan. This 5-8 Mon Tempai so good. For this for these little tournaments, I remember seeing like really small prizes for those. Feel.
Yeah, I had a bunch of Mahjong Gen goods, and I think my book had just come out, so I had, or was about to come out, so I had book prizes and things.
The tournament you're referencing are his prizes. First place framed photo of his pug.
Yeah, I think that's right.
That's fantastic.
It happened, I think, February 1st, so, or no, that was last year, July 5th, but it seemed like maybe he did it twice. I know this one was from, yeah, last July. One of them was, it was a shirt that says Haku Pug Chun instead of Haku Hatsu Chun.
See, what he could have done is have a Chun and a Hatsu, and then use the Haku since it's blank. Insert a little photo there, and you could have Pug Hatsujin. Actually play with real pug tiles.
Could make the little pug faces for the Pinzu. There's so many possibilities. Oh yeah, there's the one on February 1st. That's the one I think you were looking at, and I was looking for. It was the second one.
Some thoughts here about the one pin. Really giving this careful consideration. What are we looking at here? 2 calls. The only pin tile is a 6 pin, so definitely considerations that there's a lower pin shape. If you're thinking open-ended, then 2 5-pin, 1 4-pin, definitely a little suspicious, but push it anyway, and it goes through. There is, of course, pin shape. The one does go through. 2 5-pin on the other hand certainly does not. At some point, Mizuno actually kind of wants Nakajima to be Tenpai. Actually, no, Mizuno has the lead. I forgot that he'd taken over. If I can't get Tenpai, I hope you can't get Tenpai either. Keep my
Yeah,
lead.
I'm gonna drag everybody down with me. I think that is in the spirit of the game.
Okay, gonna switch.
Yeah, shifts the tempai, not looking to win the hand necessarily, but try and maintain a tempai shape while. Oh, there is a tempai for Nakajima. He's not ready to give up his dealership or take last place in this game.
I think with that, Tadashi can be pretty confident he has the Tenpai, so one of the things Nishikawa has to be concerned about is, of course, somehow the scenario where Yoshino is Tenpai and he is not. But as long as Nakajima stays Tenpai, he'll always have a chance to come back, even if that is the situation in the repeat. Nakajima 1-4 so we hit the end of the hand. At least approach it. A couple of those tiles held.
And like you said, that yeah, that discard did spook everybody, and now nobody is tempai except for Nakajima.
So that will change position. Now we get that scenario where if Mizuno doesn't have a hand, then he will want Nakajima to repeat. Yukio could give himself another chance. Now it's if I can't get Tenpai, then I really want you to be Tenpai.
Just imagine how intense this is. It was such a long first game. Like, it's super intense on that final table, and then never ending.
When you are putting your full mental attention to the game, it is really draining. Dora, first cut. Nishikawa, the last person to need the Dora here.
And I appreciate that. I'm gonna just go ahead and pretend like he did that for me so I don't feel bad about all the times that I did it after totally checking what the Dora was.
Totally seeing the Dora indicator and making the conscious decision.
Yes.
Discard that first.
Every time it's on purpose. 1357.
Basically, every time that I've ever missed the door indicator and dropped the door first turn, it is almost always the last hand was so interesting or had something that I was uncertain about. I was still thinking about it, even into the next round, which is a good lesson. Once the hand's over, you can't change it anymore.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah, you gotta wait till after all the games of the day are over before you start reflecting.
But my brain wants to immediately analyze. Okay, 2-1 here. No Sancho dreams. Certainly considered it, but we'll let it go, which is totally fine to do. As much
Ishikawa
as
on
I
the
love
move.
Sancho.
Ishikawa on the move, went away with a perfect Ishanten shape, although that 9 so is not going to be useful, so it's kind of like he's waiting for a penchon in the Sozu.
Fortunately, has the pair to accompany that shapes.
Insta reach by Nakajima. Dealer waiting for the middle 7. And Nishikawa might. I don't know. I can't see him discarding it without giving up first.
Yeah, kind of an important Ricci in the sense that if Nishikawa looks like he's close, you really want to push him back.
And Nishikawa will lock in those 7s, so he's not gonna deal in very easily here. I started with that because of that shape that I was talking about. He can't use the 9, so. Not because he read that Nakajima's waiting for 7 necessarily.
Right. It's a pretty safe way to go about it. Tupin first. Oh, Tempai.
Tenpai.
We'll take it.
And the 4 comes out. That might entice someone to discard a 7. Now, if Mizuno discards it, then Nakajima gets it. And if Yoshino discards it, then Nishikawa gets it.
Yeah, that's super intense. I had a situation like this in a tournament. The first place was going to be determined by which player drew or dropped the tile. 2 sets of double roans available. All 4 players Tempai.
Wow.
Such an important game as this.
But there's
Doubly intense.
one left in the wall still, the 7.
Oh, good.
I mean, the 4 came out. It is. Okay, I'll go with the 4 first. Always want to start with the Genbutsu, especially when you don't have a good chance at winning the hand. If he was Tenpai waiting for open-ended, then the 7 might have come out, but not Tenpai yet. Had already kind of given up before.
Yeah, another pair. Has the 7 bond though. Oh, another triplet. So 9-9 instead. Looks like they're getting out.
Where is that last 7?
Oh, no go.
Nishikawa and Nakajima are both drawing really fast to try and get that 7, but they not fast enough apparently. It ran away
Faster
from
you
them into the dead wall. Yeah, you can't let it run away into the dead wall, but it did. Pretty sure that's how it works.
Speedy 7 so there. We go again. 2 players Tempai. That will be Nishikawa extending the lead, so it's going to be just a tad bit harder for Yoshino to catch up. However, there's a Ricci stick among the Honma now.
And how many hands have we had this game? I think at least
Oh, it's been
20.
incredible.
I think a game with no continuances is 8 hands. And we've more than doubled that.
Maybe even getting close to tripling. Needs to know the gap here, just under 4,000 points. 7. A lot of that could be made up with the sticks that are in the middle, so definitely an achievable task to overcome. Pairs could be an awkward way to play the hand. Ishikawa has had a couple chances to just end this game with a Tanya, but every time Nakashima has been able to pull ahead or at least maintain tempi. Pulling Yoshino double south. Not really one so available to be used in that hand. You could Tonki on it in the future if you draw Singleton, but you kind of have the shapes you need already, so could it just be the double south?
Possible 789 now from Mizuno.
Got some opening options, but depending on how much is sitting in the middle of the table with the Michi sticks, the Homba as well. Just play for Yampeko Ishanten. Yampeko Dora Dora Ishanten. 6-pin 2, so ideal. Okay, East, not a bad tile pair up, even if it's not. Yampeko, still Chitoi, 7 pairs. Viable option. One so, Dora out. Oh, 2 so?
Wow.
So at a minimum, Pinhu E Peko Dora 2, but you can add 3 Han to that if the 6 pin comes out.
Yep, now it's June dreams of Dianpeiko.
Could those dreams become reality? Still has the Sanchoku idea. One copy of the 6 pin. And Nakajima, one copy in the hand of Yoshino. And one copy, of course, held by Ishikawa, so only one 6 pin left in the wall. Oh, with the 3 pin, that's going to come out, and that's going to end the game.
No Dianpeiko, but still locks in his first place. So Nishikawa will have the best position going into game 2, which we will watch next week because this is a really long game. I really appreciate you stepping in, Nathaniel.
Absolutely.
It's so fun to commentate with you. You see everything.
So fun. Commentate with you, Jen. And the game was excellent. That many repeats means that it was super intense. And I was one of the players sitting at the table. I would hope to get a little bit of an extended break, maybe some sugary snack to pump up my energy for game number 2. Because I'll definitely be thinking back on that quite a bit.
Yeah, absolutely. All right. Well, thank you guys so much. We actually got really good viewership for 2 weeks. Last week I tried to stream and I didn't have the games ready. We have games for the next few weeks already downloaded and everything. I think that the guy who preps them for me was under the weather and not in the office, so it was hard to get a hold of them. But we fixed that, so that's all good. And also, I did hear from Garth. He also has a family emergency that he was not able to. Sounds like his family, his parents, and also immediate family are having a lot of health problems. Things are going around. There's a lot of influenza and stuff going around, and so everybody stay healthy, get lots of sleep. Go back and watch the VODs. I've been uploading the Play Like a Pro videos as well, so those are going up once a week until we run out of episodes, and hopefully we can get some more long-form content to you. Also, a video featuring Nate is in the... I was doing the subtitles for the JPML Japanese channel version and working on editing my version. Right now we have 2 versions, one going on this channel, one going on the WRC channel. Really exciting adventure day in Tokyo that we will bring to you in the next month or so. So lots of stuff to look forward to. Also, Sankei Shimbun Cup this week. I haven't put out the schedule yet, but I think that we'll have both of us commentating on that on the WRC channel. So everybody stay tuned, come back, and thank you very much.